law of compounding effect. Okay, so each suggestion that is accepted by the person, the next suggestion tends to be more acceptable. All right? So what do I mean by that? If I say, you know how to relax, don't you? And they're like, well, yeah. And you've probably relaxed before. Notice how it's a little bit easier to say yes to the next one than it is to the first. And because you've relaxed before, you might find yourself just relaxing more easily here now. Okay, so I've just kind of said relax, 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 but in a bit of a different way. And I don't expect you to remember those statements and sentences, okay? This is not about, parroting those sentences off in the same way. The principle is by saying a suggestion, a hypnotic suggestion, or any suggestion for that matter, once it's been accepted, that person has gone, yep, right? It's easier to then give them another one that's very, very similar, maybe a little bit better, and easier for them to accept it. Okay, so rather than going, they walk in the door and you can say, you can probably relax deeper here, right? And it's like, hang on, that was a bit abrupt. It was like, just tell me to relax straight off the bat, right? If I was to say that just the way it is, it's some people then have the space to reject that. All right.
Is this where it was sale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The old the yes set, it's called. And so back when encyclopedias were in books, there was a whole strategy where they would walk in, and one of the first questions would be, I don't know, I can't remember this. You want your children to have the best lives, don't you? Yes. Okay, and one of those things that are important for them to have the best lives is education, right? Knowledge, right? Yes. And so gradually they lead that person into a box where paying $4,000 for an encyclopedia set, which is probably $10,000 in our these days. Not that we've got Google now; it's free, but it leads them into a path where it's like they can't say. It's so hard for them to say no to that. So